Okay, welcome back to my channel. This is for Gemini, and this is just a little bit of a general read for sure. It's not going to speak to everybody. You're all in different timelines. It's for whoever this current energy resonates with, but again, just make sure that you're aware that, even if you're moving into this energy, it will play out a little bit further into November. I see a lot of this energy as definitely moving out into some of the later months here, because a lot of it's a little bit tricky. And I say that because there's a lot of beginning, ending, endings, that kind of thing. And it's almost, there's this periods of uncertainty and really not sure what you're doing or if it's the right thing and stuff like that. It feels like, you're in the space of King of Pentacles, feeling like you're sitting pretty good in how you're dealing with something financially or around someone who has a fair amount of finances that may be relevant here. But either way, it's a mature energy, someone that could help you along the line with financial aspects. But again, there's just something here that kind of speaks to a situation where you're in the space of maybe setting your intention on something here, like a financial goal, creating a budget. The finances are improving steadily, but it's been a heavy burden. There's been a lot at cost in terms of your physical energy. Your focus is here on finances, I would say, but it's kind of a little bit divided with something around the past here as well. I would say that this is kind of speaking to, still having some minor problems as far as, ego, sickness, stomach, knees, anything like that. But physical strength is here. It's just like you're renewing or regaining things in one step at a time. I still feel like there is some challenges around that, though, because it's almost like the obligations that you are about to take on are kind of a bit of a burden, actually, because you're in the energy of 10 of Wands here as well. So there's a lot of struggle, there's a lot of burnout, there's a lot of physical exhaustion that's related around your energy in this month. So it's almost like your health is kind of taking a bit of a hit, because there's something here around the immune system. And again, this could be just a lot of fatigue that's coming with that. But it's kind of the energy of being disappointed here with something of the past, but pushing through, persevering, setting boundaries. There's a certain sense of completion or feeling like you're doing a lot. And again, it's, kind of heading out into a space where you're healing, but again, it's a bit of a crisis kind of healing. I would say most of this is sort of physical burnout, not seeing so much around the emotional aspects here, but you're pushing through despite that. And I feel like it's creating a bit of a burden on you irregardless. So, you might be getting what you need here, but there's a heavy responsibility around that's kind of, carried with it. So the responsibility is kind of sucking the joy out of the situation to a certain extent. And again, even with the Seven of Wands being here, it's like you're in a space of, working toward a dream or a goal or something. You're believing in yourself here, and there's a lot about striking it out. You're striking out towards something and being clever about it, but at the same token, it's almost like you keep putting up walls and you feel like you're a little bit stifled. So again, there's something here about needing to maintain a little bit more around your physical stresses, because that's kind of really weighing heavy here. And I would still say that you are still overcoming some challenges here in the period of October. There's also energy around, because the Seven of Wands is a fairly advantageous position, it's also having a strong reaction to this burnout phase. There's a lot there that's almost too much to handle for you. The fact that we have the Strength card again is still kind of pushing through on some level here. It's about you trying to tame down the ego, tame down the beast, but you're still trying to manifest something. You're still trying to bring something to fruition. You're still trying to make something happen in this month, but there's something here about, again, just a lot around, taking a look at your lifestyle in some way, because the level of stress that I'm seeing here is just that there's some kind of a difficult situation that you've just really pushed through on a physical level, is what I would say there. So it's kind of implying that you need to kind of rein it in, tame things down, and use more of, because it's been an intense period for you, is what I would say there. I'm not saying you don't feel confident, but it's just something here where it just feels like there's been a lot that you've had to push through, and again, the strength is coming from within. So it's kind of raw energy that you've had to kind of get through. The fact that we're still dealing with the Magician, you have all the tools that you need to kind of make something happen, but it's really about taking those skills and kind of pushing through a little bit longer, and able to make something happen. So it is still, around a lot of bringing something to fruition. So you're not in the energy of something there yet, but it's still moving in the direction of that. Again, listen to your body is kind of what that sort of speaks to, but I would still say there's something here about trying to move into a space of changing your life in some way. The fact that the Six of Cups is here as well, so there's something here about the past being relevant. I feel like it's still, being close to something that you want from the past, but there's something here about it being kind of a rethink of a situation, because you've been disappointed with the Four of Cups, with this past condition. Could be around children here as well, but it's almost like you need to rekindle something, because there's a sense of give and take in a situation. So there's more give and take in this month of October around something around the past. So whether that's you or another person, but there's some scenario here about emotional problems kind of clearing up in some way. So you're benefiting from that because it's allowing you to feel like you're healing a situation. So that creates more of a sense of safety, more of a sense of, connection to family and childhood. There's also something here about with the Seven of Pentacles, and again, it goes from the Six of Pentacles to the Seven, so it's definitely more of a progression. Still really good energy there about, learning to work together with someone, I would say. And again, with the Seven of Pentacles right next to the Star card, I just feel like that energy is healing a situation. So, two people kind of leaning on one another, something like that, or some sense of an equal exchange. There's more balance, there's more give and take in a situation. So I feel like you're opening yourself up in some way here, because there is a lot more of a synchronistic kind of energy, more comfort, more support, more tokens of exchange, love or otherwise, or affection or finances, but definitely still around the energy of things headed for the better. So anyway, again, even though you're not quite in the space of something manifesting, it definitely feels like you're going in that direction. Seven of Pentacles, again, something is still growing, still something is being nurtured, something, seeds are planted, you're still waiting on something here. So it's, taking the steps, toward something that will pay off down the road, but it's just you're not in that space yet. So it's still, kind of working on that manifestation. So again, the pregnant pause, so to speak, where you actually have something that is at work, as at play, but it's just not ready to reap those rewards yet, because there's a lot to heal around you at this time, whether it's you, a situation, a dynamic, whatever. Okay, so now there's a few other cards out here too. I'll go through these a little bit quicker here, but there's something here about information or communication that's coming in. Could be dealing with a younger person here as well. We also have another 9, so you're almost through a situation before it kind of has a breakthrough moment of the Sun card. Something that you've wanted will be manifesting, just not just yet. And again, the Page of Wands, that communication is something there. Cooperation with possibly a Page of Wands as well. But phone call, email, anything along that line. Financial outlook is kind of in that space of improving here. But it definitely feels like there is going to be something here that's combining, where it just helps you to feel like you're in more of a space of adventure, new creative seed, something that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius also here. But it's just something that seems to be around a message anyway, coming through. So again, this could be around a creative situation, but it's pushing through with the Nine of Wands. So again, still lots of energy. You're almost in the 10, which means it'd be a full completion and attainment of something or whatever, but it's still not quite there. The Nine of Wands tells me that it's still a little bit of a push through on getting something, you know, to work out either way. Again, it still feels like you're waiting on information, but there is some kind of communication about something that you're looking forward to either way. And again, there's, even in terms of the finances, it's just information that comes through, but it just feels like, you know, maybe it's a little bit unexpected, but you're not quite in the space of attainment yet. So anyway, that's that. Again, there's so many other clarifiers, and I won't really go through all of these, but they kind of sort of fell out. So there is something here about changing your direction. There's some kind of possibly travel by car, but there's a victory or something that you're going to attain, something that does actually work out. However, on that same note, there's a lot of putting, you know, the victory is here around the card of the new direction, but there's something here about feeling trapped, stuck, and paralysis, and like there's a lot of worry here. There's a lot of worry about this new direction. And it's almost like a level of toxicity or something that is concerning to you. There's also dealing with a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, but there's a certain sense of judgment or something that's like a big decision that's coming in around this new path, which again, there's a communication coming in pretty rapidly. This has been a very difficult end. You're not in this energy yet, but it feels like it will be a little further out, because these are just clarifiers. A lot of confusion about whether or not you're making the right decision here. And I almost feel like whatever you know, whoever this mother figure possibly stands out as, or this empress or this abundance is, it's like you're just not sure about it. And so you're in a space of trying to release something and go in this new direction, but then there's this huge immediate transition of some sort that really pulls you in a new direction. But this is not a good thing necessarily with this particular card, because it's not around. It's like all of a sudden there's like a whole new direction of something. Something takes a whole new direction, and then it's like back to work as usual, or putting, you know, one step into the other. So something kind of throws things a little bit off course with that Tower energy coming in here. So I don't know, that Six of Swords, like I said, next to the Tower, it wasn't paired with a good card, but it's almost like a sudden release of something here, that is, you know, where things are, you know, the movement is sudden or something like that. But again, there's a big transition, pushes you in a new direction. You're not in that energy of it in October, but it does feel like it's a little bit further out. But again, there's just something there about having to restructure the plan. It's not coming through quite as you expected. And so because of that, the Eight of Pentacles is kind of the back to work as usual sort of thing. So I would just say that there's still some things that you're working through in this period, but it's definitely a healing period, still going in a good direction. But again, there's a little bit of resistance cards here coming out, and like a last little challenge or hurdle that you have to overcome here in the month of October. That's what I have for you for the month of October, Gemini.